All right, y'all. Today we are talking about The Odyssey, which was an absolute banger of a movie. Best movie I've definitely seen in the last like 10, 15 years. Comparable to Christopher Nolan's better shit like Interstellar. And today I'm just gonna tell you about it. I'm gonna tell you kind of what I thought about it because I'm so excited to share how I feel about this movie. And obviously this is a sign for you to go watch the movie if you haven't already. So yesterday I went to go with my family to an advanced screening to see the movie in 70mm. And whatever that means, if you're not like a movie head or anything like that, it just means it's like the type of film that it's shown on certain theaters can have it. Not all IMAX theaters have it. Not all IMAX is 70mm, but it's designed the way that, you know, Christopher Nolan wanted you to watch the film. And so that's what we did. Bought some advanced tickets, caught it yesterday. And I was so stoked about it. Some things to get off my chest, first of all. Christopher Nolan, I love Christopher Nolan because I grew up with him, like all these movies, Memento, all the Batman movies, Interstellar, things like that. But honestly, he's had some flicks that I don't give two shits about. Oppenheimer being one of them and Tenet being another one. Two movies I was excited for that I was kind of disappointed about, but I understand from like maybe a cinematography level, they are bangers, okay? And I understand why people like them and I understand why they get Oscars and things like that. That's totally fine. But this movie, I don't want to say it's like his best movie ever because I really don't know that yet. I'm gonna watch it again. And just letting you know, I am gonna watch this movie again because it is so freaking good. It is a masterpiece. It is well done. It addresses the story so well. And it makes me feel things, man. And you want to feel things when you watch a movie. You don't want to just like be bored out of your mind listening to freaking Cillian Murphy just like talk about physics and like see Einstein and just name drop a bunch of people. No, man, you want to see a banger that is like storytelling, cinematography, setting, story, everything, okay? Well, we'll talk about it. So the first thing I want to talk about is Christopher Nolan, love him. It's an excellent Christopher Nolan movie. The second thing is I want to address the controversy about this movie because the controversy of like Elliot Page being a certain character or, I can't even say whatever, Lupita Nyong'o's character or whoever, all the character in the casting, everyone was pissed about it, okay? And everyone's gonna be pissed about shit. But at the end of the day, you also gotta realize that Christopher Nolan isn't new to this shit, man. He markets with controversy. He markets with these ideas in play. And the casting for this movie was incredible. You already know, oh my God, I can't even say her name, whatever. Lupita is gonna be Helen of Troy. And that is the perfect casting. And why is that? It's because Helen of Troy was supposed to be this figure, this person that was like so beautiful, everybody would sail the seas for her, right? That is in the story. And it's like, yeah, she's so unique, she's beautiful, she's got dark skin, and she's like, it's totally representative of what she could be, you know? And it's a nice take on it. That's why I respect Christopher Nolan, because he just goes for it. He's like, I got this idea in my mind, I'm gonna go for it. And that's fucking respectable, and I love that about this movie. I love it because it's his take. It lines up with a lot of the Odyssey, if you've read it before, and it just is so well done. Elliot Page also was fucking amazing. So I've been seeing a lot of controversy. Everybody's been seeing it. It's like, well, the transgender shouldn't be, like, shut the fuck up. This does not make a difference. These are brilliant actors and actresses doing their job in a movie that is not gonna be put out if it's anything below a masterpiece, okay? Christopher Nolan wasn't fucking around with this movie, man. He loved the shit out of this movie, and you could tell. And it was so well done. The casting was amazing. Robert Pattinson was amazing. Anne Hathaway was amazing. Matt Damon was amazing. Tom Holland, everybody. One of the notable shout-outs and that I'm excited to see, and it's actually, we got some crazy news today about this, is Ryan Hurst, who is supposed to play Kratos in the God of War series, which, you know, got a lot of backlash and a lot of controversy too, even though he's a big, jacked, bearded dude, which is what you need for this guy with a deep voice and a strong dude, actually just suffered an injury on set so that he can't actually do the show anymore, which really sucks because yesterday as I was watching this, I was like, Kratos is a fucking lock for this guy right now because he looks so sick in this movie. Casting is amazing in this movie. I'm gonna look at my phone for this because I wrote down a bunch of shit because this movie was so awesome. Casting, the controversy, bullshit. The cast do not go into this with a fresh set of eyes and be excited for this movie because this movie's got it all in it, man. This is an epic, a tale, one of the greatest stories ever told. The Odyssey, the Iliad, Shakespearean shit. This is next level movie making, man. So go watch the movie. Go do this thing and see it for yourself, like how good this actually is gonna be, okay? So we went to go watch it, me and my family. My girlfriend wasn't like, at the time, she wasn't like, oh yeah, this is actually like gonna be a big difference for me. But at the end of it, she was like, holy shit, let's watch that again. And I am going to watch this again, probably next week. Probably not in 70mm again, but I will watch it again. And in the first hour when I was watching this movie, I was like, damn, I need to watch this shit again. I haven't felt that way where I like needed to repeat a movie, or I wish I could watch a movie for the first time again since like Lord of the Rings, or even I Am Legend. When I Am Legend came out and I saw it on like on DVD, I watched it like 3 times in a row because I was like, this movie is amazing, dude. This is so sick. And so, again, you're just hearing me. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm not gonna try to spoil anything. I'm gonna just like keep it the way it is, but I'm just telling you, go watch this fucking movie, okay? Again, the next thing, apart from the controversy, is you gotta realize this movie is not Troy. This is not the Iliad. This is the Odyssey. This is the story of Odysseus, man. And if you don't know the story, read the Odyssey. Read all these there's other books that you can read. You can read Circe. You can read which is a newer book, but you can read more Greek poems, just these amazing books from olden times. And you can even read the synopsis. It's amazing. These stories, you know them. They're intertwined in our mythology as humans, man. And if you live in North America or anywhere, you've studied this shit. And if you study this shit, you're gonna be excited about it. And if you're a young dude, I guarantee you're obsessed with Greek mythology. We all were growing up. You played God of War, you did all this stuff. And this was what got us fired up. This is what got us going. This makes us want to be warriors. This makes us want to be freaking philosophers, geniuses, things like that, polymaths. And this was just another thing. This was movie making at a highest level on a story that is just like, can be told in thousands of different ways. And we see it in so many ways in different movies. The tragic hero, or not the tragic hero, but the classic literary devices seen in Greek and Homeric, writing was seen in this, okay? So this is not Troy. Don't be like being like, everybody's like dissing transgenders in this entire thing, and everyone's just going gay and riding the jock of like Brad Pitt, but they won't like accept that a transgender could play any certain role. And that was a huge thing about this. But this movie is not Troy. This movie is the Odyssey. And so if you know anything, I'm not gonna spoil it because who cares? Because I don't want to spoil it because the movie just came out, and if you're watching this and you want to watch the whole video, which I hope you do, then I won't say anything. But this movie is not Troy. This is the Odyssey. It is a different story, and do not expect what you want to expect. I got the entire time, I was like, holy shit, how are they gonna pull this off? How are they gonna do this? What are they gonna do this? I know this shit. I know the mythology. And I was just stunned at how amazing this movie was. The sounds and the settings, this movie was fucking loud. In the theaters, which you have to watch in the theaters, is like, don't just like pull it up on your laptop and watch like, shadow figures going over it. No, you gotta watch it in theaters. You gotta watch it with the sound. You gotta let it be loud, and you gotta let the lights and everything hit you. You feel like you're there. The shots were so well done. You felt like you were there. You could feel the tension. The music was incredible in this movie, and it starts from the get-go. And it's subtle. Sometimes it's powerful, but the sound, I think they're gonna win sound. I think they're gonna win sound. They're gonna win cinematography. He'll probably get Best Director for this. Will Matt Damon get Best Actor for it? I don't really know, but honestly, Matt Damon's an amazing actor. I wouldn't be surprised because he's had such a long career of just kicking ass, dude. Matt Damon was a total stud in this flick. So yes, I wouldn't be surprised. The story, the pacing, everything was so well done. This did not feel like a 3-hour movie. And so there was a lock on the movie because the way he filmed it, it could only be a certain length in the movie. It could not be over 3 hours. You can look up why on Reddit or anything, but that's just the way it was. And this is an epic tale that could take movies and movies. This could be a TV show. But no, he put it all in one movie. And it was amazing. I am so stoked. It got me so fired up. I'm like, I gotta fucking learn how to be an archer and shit. And I gotta like read more. And so where do we go from here? When you watch this banger movie, you read the books. If you've never read the Odyssey, if you've never read the Iliad, if you've never read classic Virgil or Dante's Inferno or any of this kind of stuff, get into it. This will get you into it. That's the best thing about these movies. Like when movies come out, people want to read the books. People want to read Dune. Amazing. Dune's a fucking banger. Dune is like the Odyssey, dude. And Odyssey is just next fucking level, man. It's one of the greatest stories ever told, man. It's like top 3 or 5, okay? And that's not even an exaggeration. This is known objective shit, man. Okay? So where do we go? We read more books about this stuff. So we read Virgil. We read classic books. You read books like 100 Years of Solitude. You read the classics because it inspires you. And it obviously inspired Christopher Nolan to do these things. It inspired him to create a masterpiece, to bring a cast that intertwines all of, you know, popular culture and makes it seems old. When I watch it, I'm like, wow, this feels like Lawrence of Arabia, or it feels like one of these classic bangers from the 50s where you're like, how the fuck did they film this shit? How do they make it feel so artistic? And this movie is artistic. It's got the sound, it's got it gets you by all your senses, man. I was getting chills. I was smiling the entire time I was watching this flick. And all I knew is I can't wait to watch this again. And so this is inspiring me to even make I don't make, my YouTube channel is not about movie reviews, but now I want to talk about it because I love movies so much, and this just hit me and pulled at my heartstrings so much that I had to talk about it. And I'm so excited about this. And so this is just inspiring me to remind me to read the Iliad, to read the Odyssey, because they were classics that I loved when I was younger. To play God of War again, to immerse myself in the arts of theater, drama, movies, cinematography, reading. And I think this is what's going to happen for you. It's going to inspire you to change, to learn new things. And you know, I've always loved Greek mythology since I was a kid. I always did. And I knew the story. I knew what was going to happen. I knew what things were going to be. Some things didn't align with my image of how the story played out. And that's totally fine. It's somebody's take on the movie. And that's what I respect. And that's why I fuck with Christopher Nolan, because he just does what he wants to do. It's from how he wants to see it. And I respect that. The acting, the casting, everything was amazing. This is going to be one of those movies where we're going to be talking about it for 30 years. It's going to be a Lord of the Rings type movie. And now, as good as Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings is 3 bangers, 3 masterpieces back to back to back. And probably the most perfect movies ever made. But this is one of the top, I'm going to say probably be one of the top 10 movies I'll probably see in my entire life. It has kicked out some movies, and that's not to say, you know, this is an objective rating, but it will be one of the greatest movies objectively. And you're going to be super surprised, super stoked, and super excited to want to watch this again. So I was super amped up about this, and I feel like I could talk about this movie for endless, and I could talk about the plot, and I could talk about all these things, and maybe I will a week down the line when this movie has been seen more and people are like, oh, let's study about it, let's think about this stuff. But this movie had it all. It got you emotionally. It was visually stunning. The sounds were incredible. Music was amazing. Dialogue, and if I have any issue, is that maybe the dialogue was a little bit hard to hear. Just like, not like in Tenet, where Tenet was basically just fucking gibberish, throwing shit, going back and forth in the future, bullshit. No, this movie was extremely well done. You are going to love it. And I cannot wait to watch it again. So if you like this video, if you like me talking about movies, if I seem like a crazy person, it's probably because I am. But this movie is an absolute banger. Go watch it. I'll see you in the next one. Always remember to rep the set.